Hi guys, Sugri here with a new video. In this video we will talk about Dragonflight talent preview for rogues and hunters. I'm going to straight up take the calculator because I don't want to read texts. I want to actually see where they are placed and how I can build my first BM, survival and MM spec tree, but also for rogues. And you will see they are actually very good. The talents are very good. I feel like there is a lot of options for a lot of play styles. I don't know if people can realize it because people are complaining about certain spells being on a talent tree, but they don't get it that actually that talent tree is replacing also the leveling process. So whenever you level, you get a spell, but now instead of getting a spell, you get an option to actually choose the spell or the passive that you are going to actually play in Dragonflight. So it's normal that some things that you think it's baseline should be baseline, that you will have to pick it, but it doesn't matter because you will play it anyways. You will still pick it anyways to go further into the tree, but I'm going to explain it right away. So we are on the Hunter and Beast Mastery tree. I'm going to talk about the Hunter tree once, and then I'm going to specifically talk about the tree Hunters trees. I might do a second video about the Rogue. I'm going to do part 1 and part 2, but or I'd put one video if it's short, but I don't think it will be short because I will have a lot of things to say about those trees. So whenever you're BM, you will get kill command baseline, which is pretty obvious, and you will need to have 8 points to go further, then 20 points to even have the last talents. But you will see that on the hunter tree you have a lot of options. Well, if you are BM, I would probably play with concussive shot, kill shot, but those things I'm not going to discuss about it because those are things that we already have in Shadowlands. For new things, I'm going to discuss it, of course. We're going to try to make a PvP talent for BM. So you're going for PvP, you want to have all the PvP talents to actually perform well. And then of course there's a few things that you can change based on matchup, but we are going to do a general one, like as if you're playing in BGs, for example. So you want, of course, post haste. It's very strong. You play also with improved kill shot because you have a lot of things that can actually improve the kill shot damage, but also the proc chances. Counter shot, like I said, people are complaining about it, but it doesn't matter if it's a counter shot or muzzle that is all actually in a talent tree because you need to have 8 points, so you will regardless pick counter shot. Doesn't matter because you will not pick Trailblazer. You will probably pick natural mending if you have like the place for it. You can play tar trap. You can play whatever. But anyways, we're going to play with thick hides because you want to have your pet health to be higher so they don't kill it instantly. We play with Tartra because we want to go even further with improved acceleration, which is the same as it works right now, so it heals your pet fully, which is still good. You want tranquilizing shot because you want to actually have a chance on removal of a magic effect on it. And of course, now you have the big thing as a BM hunter, you can finally play with scatter shot or you can play binding shot. So then again, I would try scatter shot, although I think binding shot is probably better for BM since you don't really need to scatter. If it's still on the same DR as trap, you don't really need scatter shot as a BM hunter, but it helps for a lot of setup. So I might play with scatter shot. You can play with natural mending, but I feel like maybe you will lack points, but we can always come back if we have enough points for it. You don't take those two talents because those are PvE talents. I feel like this is also quite nice, but I think it's more like a survival talent. Camouflage, I'll pick it. I will go for intimidation, of course, because you want to stun. You could pick like improve men's pet, but again, I feel like you will lack points, but you can pick it if you really want to, really desire to. You can pick man's bet, and it could be very good. Improved traps again, you can pick it because you want to prefer like go even further into the tree because you want like pet damage, of course, and maybe go to the left side. Binding shackles. Again, I'm trying to do the talent trees as if you are already read the actual talents, but I'm going to explain on the things that I feel like there is a little bit of explanation to do. For example, Born to be Wild, I feel like it's a very good talent, but I think it's better for survival because you will have eagle, cheetah, and turtle. All three will be good but depends if you're going for the aspect of the eagle. I don't know if you're going for a survival because the talent trees are really different, but let's talk about it. So we can go, of course, I want to go further on the left side. We still have 3 points to actually spend. And really, whenever I'm going to see on the talent trees, there's a lot of good things. You can go on the right side, so you have explosive shot as a BM hunter, would be quite nice. You can also play with Viper's Venom, so it gives you an extra good spell to actually use. You also can play like a dot playstyle with Serpent Sting as a BM hunter, which could be good with barbed shot, of course. But I'm going to try to be coherent and try to give more movement speed because we want that movement speed. Alright, we can also go for Born to be Wild, but for now I'm not going to touch on Born to be Wild. I also can go for Natural Mending, but I'm not going to do it for now because it's a BG spec. Of course, in arenas you can take Natural Mending, you can pick Born to be Wild depending on matchups. Beastmaster, because you are BM, you will need to have as much damage as possible. Stampede, since it is a free talent that you can pick, I would just pick it. It's extra damage that you can have, and you can play like a very big pet playstyle with BM hunters. Improve kill shot, so you want to have more damage on kill shot, so it becomes actually worth it to actually press, because now it is not really worth it. But here again, you can play kill command, now has 2 charges and deals 30% increased damage. So now it becomes very interesting, because you can choose to be more of a execution style of a kill command, or you can go for the 2 charges. I would go for the 2 charges because you want to do consistent great damage. I will also play with Steel Trap because I feel like roots are always nice in PvP, so just play with it. And now you have a lot of points to spend. You have still 3 points to spend, so you can go, for example, Death Chakrams. You can pick Death Chakrams actually, but you need to sacrifice a point somewhere. I would then sacrifice... you don't really have a choice because those are the points that you spend after the 20, so you need to make a choice. I feel like I'm not going to pick Death Chakrams because I feel like I'm going to need those 3 points to be effective, so I want to play with Serpent Sting, I want to play with Viper's Venom, and I want to play with Explosive Shot. So I will have a lot of damage from range without my pets, but I also will have a lot of damage with my pets, and also a lot of control because you have Intimidation, you have Scatter Shot, you have also some dispel, you also got kill shots improvements, counter shot of course because you want to have that, and your pet is going to be very thick, very tanky, but also doing a lot of damage. You will like the improvement pet, but I think like it depends versus who you're playing. If you're playing versus casters, I think like ment pet is not going to be a lot of value because they don't have a lot of time to actually cast on the pet. But if you're playing versus cleaves, like for example Retribution Paladin and a Warrior, don't know how it's going to be on Dragonflight, but if in Dragonflight it is prominent, I think improvement pets might be better than, for example, those 3 talents, because you want to have your pet to be actually surviving damage. Okay, let's talk about the Beast Mastery tree. A lot of people again are outcrying, why is Barb Shot a talent? Why is Cobra Shot a talent? Look, you need to see it as a way of people are leveling through. So they are level 10, they are finally a Beastmaster hunter, and they need to unlock those spells by leveling up. Instead of leveling up and unlocking by leveling up, you will spend those talents on specific spells that you actually want to play. And some spells you don't really want to play, like for example multi-shot in PvP. I'm not going to take it. It is useless for me. So I'm going to go for Cobra Shot, I'm going for Pack Tactics, and I will also get an extra stack on Barbed Shot because Barbed Shot is still strong. And here, Aspect of the Beast, a excellent talent that you actually always pick whenever you're playing Beast Mastery, is like the last row on Beast Mastery is Aspect of the Beast. You can finally pick it at the top of the talents, so you actually have more choices afterwards. So I'll pick with Aspect of the Beast, and I'll pick of course Animal Companion because you want to play a more beastie way of actually playing the game. So I'm going to explain the 3 paths that you have. You have the path, of course, in mid where you have a bit of AoE damage. So you have kill cleave, so you have AoE damage here. Beast cleave, AoE damage. You have also, of course, you have Bestial Wrath, but you can go from the left side to get it, so it's very nice. You have also Aspect of the Wild in the mid. You have Bloodshed. I don't know if you're going to be able to play with Bloodshed, but if you can, that might be a great damaging ability. And on the right side you have more a kill command, procs and resets with barb shot and etc. So it might also be good, but it's more based about kill command and being able to reset those kill commands. And then you have like a fun talents at the end row, so I'm going to discuss it whenever I'm there. So I'll play with Training Spirit because I want to have all pets damage dealt increased by 10%. Again, those numbers might change afterwards, but I feel like it's going to be a very fun spec to play. So that's a bit. Again, if you want to have killer command, you can go for killer command. Let's try to go work towards Bestial Wrath and Aspect of the Wild, and then we can go back to another talent. So we picked Trail of the Hunt because we want to have more crits, more Bestial Wraths, more Aspect of the Wild, of course. And then you can also see on the left side, Barb Shot damage increased by 5 to 10%. I feel like it's not very good value. You could pick it, but I feel like Barb Shot is not the damaging ability that you should need. But what I'm going to do is Murder of Crows. It gives you another dot, so you will have Serpent Sting, you will have Murder of Crows, you will have Barb Shot, but of course all those pet damage. You also can go for Bloodshed if you want. So I'm going for the kill because then it will, every time a kill command has actually a reset, it can reset the kill shot 3 at 6% because you are going to do a lot of kill commands, and then you will get like a free kill shot. It's actually Venthyr ability, and you will have a lot of great burst damage possibilities. So again, I think everyone will pick those talents up in survival and MM because that's a common talent but on different places. So you're going to pick this because you want Wailing Arrow. Wailing Arrow is the legendary effect from the Sylvanas bow, so you can actually silence someone as a BM hunter and as a marksmanship hunter, so it's going to be very big in PvP. Everyone wants to play this, I think, especially if they are playing versus DPS. Like ranged DPS. It might be if you're playing versus two meaties that you are not picking Wailing Arrow, but I think you will need to go like even further so you can actually have a lot of damage, a lot of good things going on. So you have still 3 points to spend to go to the 20 points. So now you have a decision. Do you want to actually go for Bloodshed, or do you want to go make your way and improve your kill commands? So I would say it is very tough. I want to have more focus, and I prefer to have like 1 point on kill command for now. Or no, I'm going to get Bloodshed because I want to improve the damage of my pets. So it's gonna be really interesting. So I'm going for Wailing Arrow, and then you have, of course, dire commands. So it makes that all your pets are going to actually do a lot of damage, because we are going for the bloody frenzy talent. So you'll see. Look, I'm going for dire command, so you have a chance to have a dire beast. I'm not going to pick the dire pack because I don't care about steady shot. I don't care about multi shot. Like for real, and you should not take dart back if you're playing PvP, I would say. I will play Barbed Wrath, so it gives you like reduced Bestial Wrath and Aspect of the Wild, so it's a big talent. And then you go for Call of the Wild, which gives you so you can summon 2 active pets, and every 4 seconds you'll summon a random pet from your stable that actually attacks your target. And it's very strong because you can pair it with Bloody Frenzy. The first one is not that interesting for me, but Bloody Frenzy gives you actually Barb Shot affects all your summoned pets. So you can imagine that if you have like 10 pets on the battlefield, you're going to do insane damage. Insane damage. So now you have still 2 points left, and yeah, I mean, you cannot really take the Killer Cobra, or you cannot really take Rylak Stalkers, although I feel like the extra pet critical damage can be interesting. But you need to sacrifice a point somewhere, and you cannot really, like, if you sacrifice a point, those 20 points are going to be gone, so you go for this again, Dark Command, then you go for Barb Shot, this, Bloody Frenzy. And you have 2 points left. I would say you will go for Stomp because you want to do a lot of damage, or you can go for Scent of Blood, which activating Bestial Wrath grants you Barbed Shot. I mean, you can go for this. I prefer to go for Stomp because your pet stomps the ground, dealing the physical damage to all nearby enemies. So it could be very, very interesting. So I'm gonna pick those 2 points. So this is more of a pet build. You can also do like any other build. You can do a barb shot build. You can do a more multi-shot build if you're PvEing, or you do a cobra shot build. So you're like cobra shots are going to be more interesting to press. But for now, I think like this is probably the most fun spec that you can play as a BM. So let's go for the marksmanship hunter 1. So you're now a marksmanship hunter. I'm going to do really quickly the hunter tree for marksman. So whenever you're playing marksman, you get the right side, so you get kill shot for free. So you get improved kill shot here. You go for concussive shot, of course. I'm not going to do a pet build, so I don't take kill command. I might take kill command for no, I won't take kill commands. Post haste I will take, counter shot I will take tranquilizing shot, of course. I will take tower trap. I think I'm going for tower trap, and I'm going to do a one. I don't know actually. I'm going to see if it's possible or not. So for now, I'm doing natural mending because I want to have the extra points to get my middle rows. So I would actually take, I think, still improved acceleration because I want to be able to have intimidation. So now as a hunter, marksmanship hunter, you will have a stun. So that's a very big thing because then you can actually just ignore scatter shot because then you can just stun trap someone, or you can binding shot and trap someone, or you can binding shot intimidation and then trap him. So it is going to be very annoying to be a healer versus a hunter. So I would just pick binding shot, but you can also pick scatter shot if you really want. Camouflage, it is really up to you if you want to play with camouflage. Excuse me, bless me. So whenever you're playing camouflage, you can of course have a good opener. But versus some classes, you don't really need an opener, so I'll take camouflage for now. You want to have improved trap because I feel like I want to go through steel trap, but it's possible that I'm not going to go for that. So it depends about the CDs for freezing trap. If freezing trap is like a 30-second CD, I think it's fine to keep it at 30 seconds because it DRs anyways. But if it's a 35-second CD, for example, or 40 or whatever, you want that freezing trap to be even lower. So for now, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to play, of course, with agile movements, and I have like 4 points left. If I have 4 points left, I can just go for Born to be Wild, in my opinion. The middle row is going to be very difficult to actually achieve, but I'm going to try and get it because here it's like only pet damage, and Steel Trap could be interesting to play, but I think I need to give up a lot of things to actually make it work. So I'm gonna play Born to be Wild, and I'm put 1 more point at Natural Mending. So you will have good survivability, but also good annoyance to actually catch you off guard because you have a lot of CDs. Serpent Sting, of course, you're gonna play with Viper's Venom because it's gonna be very interesting. But you can also play with this as aim shot. Like imagine you're doing a Serpent Sting and then you're doing a aim shot with double tap, because there's still double tap. It is going to be very like it is going to be a big burst damage. But for now, I'm going to play with Viper's Venom. I'm going to play with Explosive Shot, and then I'll try to work my way through Death Chakrams. So I'll get Barrage, I'll get Master Marksman. I'll take my Death Chakrams, but you also can play Chakrams if you want. But for me, Death Chakrams is probably the one I want to play. And I'm seeing like I still have 4 points left. So what can I pick to actually be interested or interesting for my enemies and for my allies? I would take with Binding Shackles because Intimidation could be very interesting to like do some damage reduction on my enemies. I still have 2 points left. I guess you can put in improved traps because I think it's a 35-second CD if you're not improving it. So I prefer to improve it and not be sorry, because this is extra critical strike chance. It is something interesting. You can also play Chimera shot, but For me, it's more a PvE talent because you're going to break probably traps or CC with it, so I prefer to not use it. So this is the marksmanship hunters tree. I'm going to be real quickly. I'm going to do two parts, so hunter and rogues, two videos. I wanted to make one video, but it's going to be a 40 minutes video. So I'm going for aim shot, of course, because we don't have many choices. I want to have rapid fire, so of course I'm going to pick improved arcane shot and then rapid fire. Precise shots is very good. Kill shot critical strike increased. I want to play with that. I'm also going to play with careful aim because I want to go even further. I want to not play with any multi-shot thing because I'm not going to multi-shot in PvP. It's going to be probably alright if you're playing versus cleaves, but then again, I'm assuming that you're not playing only versus cleaves that are like next to each other. So I'm gonna play with Hunter's Knowledge, 2 points. And then here you have True Aim, so 25% extra damage on Arcane Shot. I'm going to skip it for now. Streamline is probably the best one that you can play. I'm going to play with Surging Shots because I want to do more damage. And now you don't feel super sorry because there is no Feign Death Lego. Like Raven Stratagem doesn't really seem to be in the trees. I hope it is not a PvP talent. Please don't make it a PvP talent. Please, 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 please. But anyways, Surging Shots. Each shot of rapid fire now generates one focus. It could be interesting, but I feel like I'm going to lack a lot of stuff. So I'm going to play with bursting shot because it's a CC possibility again. Aim shot has a 10% chance to grant a charge of kill shot. You want this, so you're gonna pick this. I'm probably going to pick Lone Wolf because I want to actually have True Shot. I'm not going to do the like PvE talents. And you're not going for True Aim, I feel. Like, you will spend 3 points to get even further. I prefer to only spend 1 point so I can actually go to True Shot. Even though this is quite nice for PvE, but for PvP you are not going to do steady shot every time. And also True Aim looks like a bit greedy for me, so I'm gonna play volley because I want to have double tap. So I'm gonna pick volley. I'm gonna pick Lone Wolf. So I have still 1 point left to use. You can pick quick load, but I feel like you can still DR on bursting shot. And if you're DRing, you don't really need an extra CD reset if it doesn't apply anymore. Kill shot, I'm not going to play with quick shots because I feel like it's a bit greedy. It's 3 points. Costs too much to actually get a CD reduction on aim shot. And I feel like you have already 2 stacks on aim shot, so it might be enough. Let's play with improved rapid fire because you want to focus. True shot, of course, you're gonna play it. Extra critical strike damage, 4%. It's too really low, but I guess it's still something. You go for double tap. And here, of course, you have some good things, but those are PvE talents, you know. Trick shots, salvo, and heavy ammo or light ammo are PvE talents for me. I'm gonna play with lock and load. I'm gonna play with do I want Killshot to have 2 charges? I guess whenever they are low HP, it could be interesting to play because I want to have Wailing Arrow. So I'm going to Dead Eye and of course playing with Wailing Arrow because I want to silence my targets. So this is pretty much the best things that you want to take. But now you can also get the choice to actually improve your true shot if you want to. But I think I want to play with Legacy of the Windrunners because it gives you extra wind arrows. I don't know how much damage it actually does, so I'm gonna put 2 points there, but it might be like useless. So I'm not going to pick Windrunner's Guidance. I'm gonna pick True Aim. So this is the trial tree for marksmanship hunters. I guess you can still pick like some things like improve aim shot damage. It might be alright instead of Legacy of the Windrunner, but I mean you have so many choices to actually pick, and you need Lone Wolf to get True Shot because you're not going for this. So even though you're playing with a pet, it is just what it is. You're going to play with a pet because you have intimidation. So regardless, Lone Wolf is not really an option anymore. but you want to progress, so you need to pick Lone Wolf. Lock and Load is still a great talent. Double Tap, a great talent. Wailing Arrow, it is stupidly good. And Legacy of the Windrunners, it might be bad, so I would put like those points in Focused Aim, for example. So that is my talent for marksmanship tree. Everything in, of course, aim shot damage and rapid fire damage. We're going for survival now. I'm going to make really quickly the talent tree. So you will gain again kill shot, kill command as survival because it is your pet regeneration of healing. I'm going kill shot. I'm going concussive shot. I guess I'm not going concussive shot because I have slow anyways. So just forget about concussive shot. I'll go for post haste, improved kill shot, natural mending, counter shot, and I will always play with tranquilizing shot. Now you have the choice to play with binding shot or with scatter shot. So of course, um, hmm, I might play with scatter shot just to test it out, but I think binding shot is probably better. So I'm playing with scatter shot. I don't even know if you need a ranged weapon or not, because if you need a ranged weapon, then the choice is already made. Because it states like a short range shot, so I don't know if you really need a range weapon or you can also do it as a melee. So I'm gonna pick it. Camouflage, of course. I will need Tar Trap because I want to have intimidation like this. So you have still improved exoneration, but also with intimidation, and then you can just do the normal route. I want to have Steel Trap as a survival hunter, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put agile movement. I want to pick Born to be wild, but it's not going to be an option or easy option for me. Um, there's not many things for me to pick because I have 1 point left. I guess I'm gonna pick Born to be wild. Um, just because I have to. I'll play Serpent Sting. I will play for sure Explosive Shot. If it works as a melee, it is going to be awesome because you can play with Wildfire Bomb and then Explosive Shot, and you are like playing a ancient survival build meshed in with a survival from Shadowlands, for example. So I'm gonna play with Explosive Shot. I'm going to see. I'm going to see if I have a 1 point enough to put on Viper's Venom, but we'll see. I'm going to put tramping apparatus, of course, for the steel trap. So I've got steel trap now. It is going to be difficult to go there because I need like 6 points and I only have 5 points left. So again, like I have enough points, so I can go for Death Chakrams. I can go for a Viper's Venom. I still have 3 points left. Because your ranged special attacks, it's not going to happen. You are a survival hunter. Again, it could be that explosive shot is not usable as a survival. Then like the decision is already made and you need to go left side instead of right side. But I'm still going to improve my Born to be Wild, and I feel like it's enough. I feel like it's enough. You have one extra point left. You can put it where you want. Imagine barrage is like something you can use as a survival. Then I would put like a point on barrage just to get an extra ability. But I don't think it's usable. The same for concussive shot. Is it usable if you are from melee form, like survival? So I don't know. If it's possible, then it might be good. If it's not possible, I mean, then it's quite shit. So go for Raptor Strike on the survival tree, of course. You're going for Harpoon because you want to actually harpoon targets. All damage done by your pets is increased by 10%. You have to because you want to have Wildfire Bomb. I'll go for the resets. So now you have a lot of options. You can go for Guerrilla Tactics. Again, go for Improved Wildfire Bomb. And then you have a lot of options here, critical strike damage, or you can go back to where you were and play with tip of the spear. I think it's a good talent. Then you can play with flanking strike. I feel like mongoose bite is kind of bait because here you want to spam kill commands to do more damage on your raptor strike, and here you want to actually mongoose bite spam to get more damage on your mongoose bite. So I feel like you can combine both of them, but you are not going to have a lot of value with it. So I'm going to keep tip of the spear without mongoose bite. Um, Here you want to do more damage with your wildfire bomb because we are doing a wildfire bomb build. Still have 2 points left. And to go further into the tree, you want to spend them. I feel like you have more chances to spend them on sharp edges because you then have left and right side to actually like pick. So I want to play with Spearhead because it's a damaging ability that actually improves your damage. So I'm going to do Precision and then I'm going to do Spearhead. I have 5 points left. I would then just pick, for example, I will pick Aspect of the Eagle. I would pick Deadly Duo, because then you have like a chance on reset for your kill shot, and again you can then do burst damage. I feel like it's going to be a lot more easy to kill people. And then your last point can be either for Fury of the Eagle or coordinated assault. That is not the coordinated assault that you know, because you and your pet's bond is then strengthened for 20 seconds, causing your pet's basic attack to empower your next spell. So it's a kill shot, you get the dot damage from your legendary, or carve, you're not doing carves in PvP. So it's not as the same. I think Spearhead is the one that you want if you want to improve yourself with an offensive CD, and this is more like, yeah, it depends about the damage you charge to the enemy. It could be interesting. Again, these two depends about the damage of the actual spec. So I'm going for Fury of the Eagle because I liked it in Legion. Voila. So we are playing with Fury of the Eagle. First is striking all enemies in front of you. It is quite awesome. You can also go for the coordinated assault 3, but I feel like you need Deadly Duo to actually do a lot of damage in PvP. And this is more a PvE thing because again, you're not going to all the time rapid strike spam. You will need to do wildfire bombs. You will need to run away. You will need to trap. You will need to kill command most of the time. And here I think that, like, it's more of a kill command build. So this is a trees for those are the trees for survival hunters and marksmanship hunters and BM hunters. I hope you liked it. I had also the timestamps, so if you are on the end of the video, you can always come back to the timestamps to actually see the talents that I've made. Of course, I'm going to do the rogue talents really quickly. It's going to be a part 1 and part 2 video, and hopefully you are going to enjoy playing Hunter because I feel like it's going to be awesome. And Feign Death Legendary being gone is very good for me, an Affliction Warlock. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Blizzard, to actually have removed these stupid legendaries. So thank you. So this is the end of the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you like those kinds of content. Like the video if you like the video. Follow the stream on Twitch if you want to follow my footsteps and try to actually communicate with me whenever I'm streaming. And of course, have a great day, and we will see each other very soon. Bye.